Hello and welcome to day one of the Advent of Code, where I am going to be walking through how to solve this. So every year these puzzles are fairly similar in written style. They get they get more difficult the further through you go, but that's expected. There are 50 stars, as they tell you here in bold, and you get 1 star per puzzle, and there are 2 puzzles per day. So in short, this is about a chief historian going missing just before Christmas. Then there is a load of waffle, more waffle. We have to search through some locations. Each location is given a location ID. So a number. Numbers are easier to deal with than strings. That makes me happy. There are 2 lists of location IDs. If you want to read through all of this, pause it and come back. But the 2 sets of location IDs side by side, there we go. Maybe the lists are off by a small amount. Smallest number. Okay, so now we've actually got to the stuff we need to know. So maybe the lists are off by a small amount. To find out, to pair the numbers and measure how far apart. Pair the smallest numbers in the left list with the smallest numbers in the right list. Second, and so on. Okay. In each pair, figure out how far apart those 2 numbers are. You need to add up all of those distances. Smallest number in the left list is 1, smallest number in the right list is 3, the distance is 2. And then find the total distance. Alright, this is not too bad. So let's first quickly create ourselves a test file, test.txt, and we're going to copy and paste our test data in there. We do get given our actual data somewhere along here. Well, I have a copy of it anyway. And by the way, don't bother trying to copy my numbers that I've put down. The numbers are different for everyone, so you do have to at least run the code yourself. So anyway, first thing we should do is we are probably going to want to open up our file. So we're going to just type in input list is equal to open, and then we will go and say test.txt, and we want to open this in read mode. And then we are going to want to split all this, so we're going to lines equals input list dot read, read the file, and then we're going to want to split it by a new line. So we are going to do -n, there we go, split by new line. Next thing we'll do is we're going to create a left list of dictionary, left_list, and that is going to be equal to an empty dictionary, or not dictionary, empty array. And then we want to do the same for the right list. I didn't mean to put that in speech marks. There we go. Next thing we're going to want to do is probably split this up into our 2 lists. We want our left digits and our right digits here. So we are going to loop through all our lines. In lines, we're then going to check, is this lines? Oh, line. I didn't think that to be lines, because that makes more sense to me. Because it really is 4 line in lines. And then what are these being split with? Is that just a space, or... Okay, that's a tab. I'm just going to copy that. So we're going to say left_list dot append, and then we want to append the left side of our list. So we can do this by doing line.split, open up some lovely little brackets, and put our 3 spaces in there, or a tab, whatever that is. And then we want to take the first value of that for the left, so we'll put a 0 in, and then we're going to copy this, we're going to paste that, change that 0 to be a 1, and we're going to set that to be right. There we go. Now, next thing we can do is let's just quickly at the end print our left list and print our right list. And if we give that a quick run, you can see we've got our left list and our right list, and that's looking right. From there, 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 3. Yep, there we go. It's all good. Next task is find the total, sort them, and then find the total distance. Well, the nice thing about, well, first you can implement whatever sorting algorithm you want. I am lazy, and this is for a bit of fun, so we are going to we're going to use the built-in Python one. So we're going to just do dot sort. There we go. And then we're going to do right list dot sort. And we're just going to let Python deal with that for us. And then we're going to do total distance. So total underscore distance is equal to, we need to put this in the loop, don't we? Now we want to go for I in range and left list. Range len, that's it, range len. We need the length of it. We're then going to say, we need to create a new variable, don't we? Total underscore distance. And then we're going to say is equal to 0. Make sure we assign stuff. Python doesn't like it otherwise. Total distance is plus equal to. So guess our total distance, and we're adding on the previous total distance. And then we want to do the absolute value. So that will always make it a positive. Absolute will always make whatever number we put in positive. I open up a Python terminal quickly, and I do abs 4 minus 7. You can see we get 3 because that's the difference between them. There we go. Just quick summary if you didn't know what that does. And then we're going to do the integer version of left list square brackets I minus, is that the right bracket? Yes it is, minus the integer value of right list square brackets I. That is a lot of stuff on my screen all of a sudden. But let's put that to the side because that's no longer needed. That's a bit better. And then we can print out our print total distance. So if we run that quickly, we get 11, which as we can see was the total distance they give us in our example data. Now the other thing we want to do is actually use our real data. And I'm guessing because I've already downloaded it, the download's no longer there. Unless you just can't do it the day after. The first one is admittedly a tad behind, which is a shame. Let me just cut and go and find the real data. There we go, and we're back. And by the way, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, or even better, join the Discord server, where you can find out about my other projects and blogs and things. Also, feel free to subscribe to get tomorrow's challenge. You can see if we run it with in, which is a 1000 article 1000 element file. Actually, we can move it over a bit more, can't we? Yes, 1000 items. You can see the answer that we have there is one from yesterday, which is correct. Perfect. Next question. Part 2. Do a little bit of skim reading, I guess. What do we want to do? First night, part 2. Historians can't agree on mistakes with handwriting. So we need to see how often the left list items appear in the right items and calculate a similarity score. Like adding up the numbers in the left list and multiplying it by the amount of times it appears in the right list. This sounds like we'll need a dictionary. Cool, okay. First off, let's create ourselves a new variable, similarity score. I'm going to set that to be 0. We're then going to probably do some very creative naming. And we're going to go right list underscore dict. And we're going to create that as a dictionary. We're now going to need to assign stuff to our dictionary, so we are going to cycle through our right list. I've got in, didn't I? In right list, there we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to check if it's already in the dictionary, and if it's not, we're going to add it. So for I not in right list dict, there we go. So we're going to check if that is for I not in right list dict. Oh, if I not in right list dict, we're then going to say right list dict square brackets I is equal to 1. There we go. So now we've assigned a new item. Else we're going to say Right, this dick bracket square bracket I is plus equal to 1. So we're just going to add 1 to the item. So now we'll loop through. Let's make this, put this back to test. Test is far nicer to be able to check and read through. And let's just check that this is working. So we're going to print, there we go. Give that a go. Right, this dick is plus equal to 1. Okay, let's take a look-see. Trace back error. Ah, that's because I wrote 1 instead of I. There we go. Silly me. There we go. So yeah, 3 comes up 3 times, which you can see 1, 2, 3. 4 comes up once. 5 comes up once. 9 comes up once. That works. Okay, so now we just need to calculate the new left sum, or the similarity score. That was it. So we're going to say for item in left list. There we go. We are now going to check if it is in the right list. Otherwise it says multiply by 0. But the nice thing is if we just don't count it, yeah, because if it shows up 0 times in the right list, we just don't count it. See, the fourth list of ones does not appear in the right list. So 2 times 0. Well, we can make our life easier without doing extra work. So we're going to say if item in right list tick, then we're going to say left sum, similarity score. I'm thinking of summing up the values from earlier still. Similarity score is equal to similarity score, or we can do the plus equal thing that actually we did earlier, which is far nicer. And then we want to do the int version of the item, because remember everything in the text file is a string by default, item, and then we're going to times this by our key, not key. You've got a key and then they've got the value of how often it comes up, which is luckily it's just as easy as searching up the dictionary. Do we need to put that as an integer? I think that's already an integer. We'll stick an integer around it anyway. Saves us having an error. And then we're just going to print out our similarity score. Print similarity score. And this is with the test data, so we're going to run that. Run that. And yep, you can see 31. There we go, which is what it said it should be for the test version. So if you throw in our real data, as long as there are no edge cases, which for us there shouldn't be, because it's a nice simple program, our values are the same as what the real values are. So that is how you solve day 1 of the Advent of Code. I hope to see you tomorrow for day 2. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe and join the Discord server, and everything will be in the description. Thank you, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.